Hey guys, hope you all are doing good and getting ready for the fourth phase of lockdown, which will be much more lenient, and I think more restrictions will be eased in the days to come, which is good news for all of us. Uh, yeah, so this is part of the video series that I was doing sometime earlier, which is delving into the business side of comics, right? And the reason I felt this is pretty important is that while we all enjoy the comics which we read and get the entertainment out of them, it's also pretty important to understand the business and economics on how these things work. Because for the publishing industry, it's still all about making money, right? And while they have a bunch of artists and creators, and it's a world that's driven by a lot of passion and what do you call it? Many people are in it just because they have the love for it. But still, at the end, it still has to give you a return on investment, right? And the end of it all, there is still a business aspect to it. Now, that's where this videos is going to come in handy. It's also a business lesson for all of us, how these guys think, and this is something which you can apply across other stuff as well. It's not restricted to comics. I'm just trying to explain some of it through comics, that's all, right? So let's jump right in. So today what I'm going to talk about is about a concept which people may know, called freemium. This is not exactly the freemium thing which I'm talking about, although some of it is, which is basically what these publishers are trying to do is give some of the stuff out for free, right? And wow, that's a very, very good news for all the comic fans alike. For example, the book which I'm holding here, Wonder Woman, this is part of the DC Universe Rebirth. It's a free comic which was given out as part of that, right? And this is another one which is Justice League Day. Again, this was also given out as free, right? And this features the characters in the format of Justice League the movie, right? These are a couple of examples. Now there is another one which I have, which is the DC Nation. This is not free actually. This will cost you around 25 cents, but hey, 25 cents is nothing, next to nothing for a comic book fan to invest and dive into three new stories that was launched, right? You could see Undiscovered Worlds, Unexpected Guest, and by the way, this is a beautiful Joker cover, Unknown Origins, right? Three stories, 25 cents. That's there, 25 cents. Wow, awesome, right? So the reason why the publishers do this, and they do it a lot during comic book day, right? Once in a year, you go to the comic book shops. There are plenty of free comics to pick up. Although I think per person there is a limit of 3 or 4 which comic shop allows. What the fans whom I know in the States, they do is that they go to multiple shops on that day, right? They keep that day only for comic book pickups, and they go and pack up a lot of free comics, right? Now, why do the publishers do it, right? Isn't it a loss for them? Yes, they're actually losing money on every comic that's getting picked up by the customer for free. But it's also driving a lot of interest around comics. They believe that this can bring a lot of new customers in who have never known the world of comics, right? Get them hooked on, right? Hey, what's this? Who is this Batman? Or what's happening with Wonder Woman? Or like, hey, I've seen Captain America in the movie. Now, it's a good time to let me go and pick up a comic and read about it, right? So that is the whole idea of putting out free comics, so that new customers can start off and they will get added to the comic book medium, which will add. So it's like a per customer cost which you are giving out, estimating that at least a percentage of this customer will become a customer for life, and then there is a downstream value, right? So then total customer value, once he starts picking up comics, is going to add to the comic industry as a whole. And that's the reason why almost all publishers do it together. It's not restricted to DC or Marvel or Image. They all do it, right? Which is brilliant. So that's the freemium concept which I talked about. These books will not have the entire story. They will just have a portion of the story, which is just a tip of the iceberg, right? The idea is to get you hooked onto the story so that you will start picking up the issues from there on. So I hope that concept is clear. Now, one thing which I liked about, so moving on from free comics to $1 comics, right? So in the comic world, $1 is still not a big value to pay for a comic these days, right? So it's pretty much okay for you to spend $1 to pick up a comic, and that's what publishers like Valiant. You could see Valiant $1 debut for Ninjak, and this is Moonshine. This is by Image. Again another Valiant, Britannia, Eternal Warrior, right? Valiant again. Marvel has one which is Jessica Jones in Alias, right? As you could see. Bunch of Image does it a lot. No question. Valiant also does it a lot, right? And Marvel also do it. They call it the True Believers series, and that's the number ones from there. $1, right? A beautiful cover. These are slightly different. These are covers basically from the old ages, right? These are classic storylines which are republished for $1, which you could see here with Iron Fist, right? I also have, I think, yeah, Luke Cage is also another cover. These are all covers from the 90s, and these are storylines they republish so that collectors get an opportunity to get their hands on these covers again, right? So the good part about this is you get introduced to a new comic line which is just got launched, right? And if you are interested, it gives you an opportunity to read the first story for almost nothing, right? And then once you like it, go ahead and pick the other comics, which will be definitely much higher the cost, right? Each of these comic will be $2.99 or $3.99 to pick up, right? And so it gives you an insight into that comic strip or comic series, and then if you're interested, go pick it up, right? Why waste a heavy amount at the beginning when you are just trying it out, right? And that dissuades many customers from not going and picking books because it's costly, but with this you get the customer interest, and then if the customer likes the story really, they go and pick up the rest. That's the brilliant part of it, right? So that's what I wanted to cover, right? And by the way, Image does this a lot with their trade paperbacks also. So some of the trade paperbacks of Image stories are pretty cheap, I mean, compared to the subsequent volumes. The idea is for a customer to pick up and read the first volume, enjoy it, and then go and pick up the rest. So that's the business aspect of comics which I wanted you guys to take away today, on how the comic book industry works on this freemium model or low cost first issue model by which they acquire new customers and bring them into the comic medium, right? Awesome, right? So this is something which happens across, by the way. Another example is, for example, Gillette. They usually give out their razor plus blade for a cheaper rate, but when you have to go and buy new blades, the blades cost much higher, right, when you buy it separately after you buy the first razor. So these are these freemium models which is there in the industry across all kind of products. But I hope you liked this session on how it works in the comic medium. Thanks for watching. Have a good time.